Hi, this is Annalie from my tiny little studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful fairy garden with a flower arch. Here are the contents. Here you have some foraged wood slices. You've got 3 slices in this one. These will be arranged on a flat surface as a base of your garden. There's 2 stumps with holes in and a little half stump with a hole. This is for your sign that you'll be attaching later. This is the moss stick for the arch. And also there's lots of pretty flowers there, and lots of jewels and moss. Here are the wired flower arches, and this is Gorilla Glue. So first of all, you want to arrange your base and make sure you've got a flat surface. And I like to put all my bits and pieces out to make them look pretty, so I know what to choose from. But when you make sure you make this base really nice and sturdy and flat, and add a little bit of this glue. So you add a little bit of glue just like that, and then literally we're just going to leave that for about 20 minutes and it will dry. Now we're going to add the flower arch stumps, so I'm going to put them there. That's where the flower arch, I've decided my flower arch is going to go there. You can do this differently, but this is how I like to do it. Make sure the holes are facing upwards, because that's where the flower arch is going to go in. Now you choose where to put your sign. I'm going to put mine here, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue to that and just leave that in position. Now I'm on the video here, I am making my sign by adding a bit of glue to the sign and putting the stick there and leaving it to dry. I do recommend actually though that you wrap a couple of flowers around your stick first and then glue it and then leave it to dry, because the flower wrapped will help it stick. First just remember to make sure that the end you've left will fit in the stump. So always clean your brush when you're not using it and leave it. I like to leave a little bit of tissue and water there on the side and clean it off properly. So now here I am just separating the flowers, getting ready for the flower arch, and I'm now going to wrap the flowers round the arch.
Oh, Liberty, I'm
so we just do
recording.
this. You can do it in any order you like. You can do it evenly or unevenly, or how, just have fun wrapping these flowers round. Little bits of moss might drop onto the table underneath, but that's fine because you can use those to decorate the garden later. The more flowers you wrap around this arch, the sturdier the arch will become, and you can make it look really pretty. And just keep wrapping the flowers round, and just have a little check every now and again to see if they're balanced, and if you want to have flowers underneath the arch or just along the top. It's entirely up to you. This is where you can make it look as pretty as you like, and you could add leaves to this if you wanted. And just keep wrapping and wrapping. You don't have to use all the flowers on this arch. You could use them in other parts of your garden. So it's entirely up to you. And the whole beauty of these fairy gardens are that you can follow the instructions and watch this tutorial, but you can do it your own way. So if you want to make the bases completely different and you don't want to do that how I've done, please just do it how you like to do it. So there you go. There's the arch almost ready. And now I'm going to dip the ends of the flower arch into the glue, and then they're going to go into those holes. And by now, that's probably taken me about 20 minutes to do. This whole structure, base structure, is nice and dry, and so therefore it's really firm, and that will just glue there nicely while you now decorate your base with the little bits of grass. You can use the grass wherever you like. I put it along the back there, the felt grass, but you can put it wherever you like. You could even cut it into bits if you wanted to, just with some regular scissors. Just put a bit of glue on there and leave that. It's entirely up to you. And then I'm going to add the toadstool. Most of my gardens come with toadstools, and I like to always add them somewhere pretty so the fairy can use it as a stool if she wishes. I'm going to add the little foraged fir cones. With the foraged fir cones and shells, you really need to be patient and let them sit there in the glue for a while before they stick, because this glue doesn't like to be moved about. It needs to be left. So try not to keep checking to see if it has glued, but 20 minutes is normally long enough for it to glue. If it hasn't glued in 20 minutes, just put a little bit more glue there and just leave it again, but it should do. So now you can have fun just decorating, adding all the little bits and pieces of decoration. When you're doing the stepping stones, you can put them wherever you like. If you're doing like a little row of steps, just if you do them 3 at a time, that's easier for you to keep them glued, and then you can add more to that if you like. I like to add lots of little bits of moss around there to really look like it's a little garden out in the woods or in the wild. All the little bits of moss have grown up. And then I like to use the acorn hat to add little bits of fairy treasure and that little wooden star. So this is where the fairy collects her treasure. She loves little bits of treasure around her. And then I just add in lots of little flowers and jewels and more moss. And just keep going until you have used up all your little bits of treasure. That's nice to put a little bit of moss around the base of the toadstool. There. Now the fairy garden sign's dry, I've added that. I'm going to add the ribbon round here, which is nice to make a little bow, but you don't have to put it there. You could even add your key to the ribbon if you wanted to instead. And there it is, your finished fairy garden. So now it's ready for your fairy to sit